well. But even then, there was a little disconnect for it. So I really, really strongly argue to keep it right where Bill put it. Because we ain't no smarter than Bill. And it's only been a couple hundred years, so like, wow. Yeah, it's about damn time, dude.
Yeah. This is a dude question. Right on. Out of all the chicks on Buffy and Angel, did you get to do it with any of them?
Oh my gosh!
Good question. The truth is I made a decision before I got on Buffy to never take it from work. Because inevitably, unless you marry the person, it's going to end bad and you're never going to want to see them again, but you still have to work with them. So I always thought, man, I'm on a TV show. If I can't get tail in the bar, like, bury me, The thing is, that made me really attractive to all the girls on the show. Everyone was like, who can get James, kind of thing. And actually led me into some problems because I really wouldn't go there and I offended some people. And I paid a big price. So no. Let's see.
Was there any that wanted it?
What's that?
Was there any that really wanted you, or?
And there's a lesson there, dude. Just tell them no, not interested. They'll come like flies. Don't you think? Girl? No, that's not always work. Well, you gotta be polite about it. You can't be a dick.
You have to be attractive as well.
Okay. Right on. What's up?
Hi. As an actor, you always said that one of the hardest scenes in Buffy to actually do was the rape scene. And I was just wondering, in Angel, what was the hardest scene to do as an actor?
Angel was a piece of cake. I gotta say, there was really. I preferred Buffy because it was so dangerous. You really never knew week to week what they were going to ask you to do, and it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. Usually in television, you tell the same story every week. It's just a little tiny difference. But with Buffy, it could be anything. With Angel, I felt like the creativity was turned down a little bit. And it was just a little safer, which made me feel very comfortable. But looking back on it, I'm like, well, we didn't really even try to get up the mountain, really. Yeah.
Me? Yeah. To get out of all of this mind stuff because I'm starting to go crazy. Just to share one thing, I didn't get much in high school either. But the other thing that I wanted to share was...
There would be no artists without this problem.
I've been looking at your schedule coming up, and you're making me really nervous and tired. You've got absurdities. I mean, you're going to be going to every con, and you're going to Australia, and you're doing this. You're doing Caprica, which, by the way, the 3.5-second preview drove me insane. What are you doing to yourself here, and what's coming up?
I am killing myself by slow measures, and have been ever since I had children. But that is what a father does. I am chasing money as if I am never going to work again. I'm assuming that I will be unemployed for the rest of my life starting tomorrow, so I have to make money now. In the back of my mind, I'm like, that ain't going to happen. Who was it? Joel? It's a dude from Cabaret. Joel Gray. He was on Buffy, and he was saying, God, you're just fabulous. I'm like, yeah, and as soon as this is over, I'll go back to being poor. And Joel goes, James, you're never going to be poor again. We know who you are now. And I will love him for my life. I don't know if he was right, but he was very kind. Yeah.
You mentioned that one of your educators, Shaw. What particular aspect? Do I need to do a play or I need to do a viewpoint you put forward?
What Shaw's viewpoint is that he's in the middle of a society that makes no sense. And that women and men are equal. And that rich doesn't mean anything important. And that we're all dancing to a fake tune. I I don't know if anyone does anger better than Shaw, except maybe Stephen Burkhoff. I think maybe Stephen Burkhoff does it as well. But yeah, Shaw was able to be just so angry at everybody, just tear it all down, man. To the point where people actually rioted outside the theater during his plays. He pissed people off that bad. But he did it in such a funny way that he survives. But basically, it's like, hey, everybody wake up. This is a monkey zoo, and there's no keeper here, and we're all just throwing feces. Very mad, yeah.
This is back to the working yourself together.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere recently, and I don't know if it was an interview or whatever, that you auditioned for the part of Steve McGarrett in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything?
I thought I was very butch, though. And I had the McGarrett hair. What?
They call him Dano for
Book him, Dano. No, but I like that actor a lot because he could have played it tough, but he just played it steely.
Yeah.
The whole time is steely. And then that and Dragnet were like really perfect kind of cops for me. Yeah. So,
Okay, this is another literature question. You've said that Snape is your favorite character from the Harry Potter books. How do you feel about what happened in Deathly Hallows?
well, sorry, Deathly Hallows.
That last one.
Oh, that's why he's my favorite character. Because I read all the books thinking he was a jerk. And he is. But then you understand why. And I remember just weeping when I realized how selfless he'd been the whole time. I'm going to weep right now.
Yeah.
Because that is what the hero does. The hero is willing to be hated. It's not really important. You get the job done. Also, that's what it's like to be a parent, man. You love them and you love them and you give up your whole life and they constantly tell you how much they hate you.
Yeah, been there. Been there.
Failed them today. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's answer a lot of questions. Yes, no, yes, no.
Good question, because that was, you were such a good professor today. As far as Shakespeare's interest in immortality and being remembered through his poetry, how much do you think that's influenced by the death of his son? Or is it?
I never even thought about that. So the thing is, we know so little about them. It's really hard. It's kind of dicey to go there, you know. But as long as we know that we're just guessing,
Yeah, exactly.
probably a lot, because that would have been his immortality. However, I also strongly feel that every artist who's been the shit that I've met quite a few, they know it. They may act humble because it makes people uncomfortable if you say, "Hi, I'm the best artist you've ever met in your life." So they can put on an act, "Oh, I'm nothing, I'm just a guy," you know. But they know it. It's like Joss. He'll play humble all day long, but you can tell he knows what he can do. Yeah. So I think a lot of that is just the dichotomy of knowing that he's the biggest genius ever born, but being treated like a dog every day because he's a social climber. I mean, like, if he would have just hung out at the pub next to the theater, he would have been king. But no, he's got to go to court and prove himself, and so he's got this frustration. Yeah.
Real quick question. Last year you signed the pictures One Love. Is that a YouTube reference?
No.
Or is that a Bob Marley reference?
Bob Marley.
Okay.
One love. Humanism. Yeah.
So, what have you been reading lately? Every time you pick up something new, it's kind of interesting.
Trying to get through the new Dan Brown.
Wow.
But Brenda gave me an iPod, so I keep downloading Rachel Maddow, so I'm not reading on plays all the time. Yeah, it's news, man. I'm a news junkie, and I've got to stop because I get too freaked out by the world, and I start thinking negative thoughts, and I made a decision to stop watching the news, and then I go watch Rachel.
But she's just great. I love her.
Oh, she's fabulous. She can take somebody apart like nobody else and still make you want to cuddle her at the end. It's just amazing. Okay.